Hey everybody. What I'm going to do is I'm going to start us off because the dish I'm going to make is um, Mezzetta roasted red bell peppers linguine with seasoned shrimp. So, um, but this has to marinate. So what I want to do is I want to put the seasoning in here so that I can put this away and let it marinate. Now what I'm doing, I'm throwing in some, for my marinade, I'm throwing in some paprika. It calls for paprika. In fact, for the seasoned shrimp, it's salt, pepper, smoked paprika, some garlic powder, and some olive oil. And for the roasted red bell peppers, I'll have 1 jar of that for the sauce for this linguine. Um, some Mezzetta sun ripened dried tomatoes in olive oil, but they'll be drained. All this stuff, I'll be using this, and I'll be draining it. I got some Victoria sun-dried tomatoes, and so of course some linguine and the shrimp, and with the shrimp I threw a few scallops in there because I want that taste. And we're going to, of course, we're going to serve it on linguine and some shaved Parmesan cheese and some parsley chopped up. But again, because this has to go marinate for a little bit, like I said, I'm throwing in some of the seasons that I like to throw in there. This is some Italian seasoning, but it calls for tablespoon, half a teaspoon of garlic powder. Oh yeah, whippy, and some virgin olive oil. Let me see, how much does it call for? Of the olive oil? Oh, 2 tablespoons. So I'll put not tablespoons. 2 tablespoons. So I'll put three caps to equal out to the 3 tablespoons. And then I'm going to stir this up. Like I said, I have threw some scallops in there because these are going to be fried. But again, they have to marinate with this seasoning for a couple hours in the refrigerator. So I wanted you to see that so that we could get that out of the way. So that means from this point, once I wrap this up and sit this, we're going to take a couple hour break. So, an hour or so break so that this can marinate. Plus, I'll take and work on the linguine. I'll cook that so that could just be set to the side, and all of this can be done and taken care of. There you go. So we're going to stick the shrimp in the refrigerator. I'm going to throw the linguine on and get that al dente, and then we'll come back and it'll be time to fry this up and make the sauce. All right, so I'll be right back. Reggie's Cooked into Life's Lessons. We're going to have Mezzetta roasted red bell peppers linguine with seasoned shrimp. So folks, we're back here, we're back at it. So what I'm going to be doing now is I'm going to be working on the red roasted bell peppers sauce. Now, it called for me to drain the red bell peppers, which are drained, and then I'm going to pour them into this blender, and it had me drain the dried tomatoes, sun-dried tomatoes, That's what it's called. And so I poured them into there too. And in this container, I have, of course, I mixed some of my seasonings so that, so that you can see them go in here. But I took in, so it called for paprika, and garlic cloves, garlic powder. And then I took and added some Italian seasoning into that. And and it calls for lemon juice. Calls for some lemon juice. Then what I'm going to do after I put this lemon juice in here. Oh my goodness. Of course the bell rings while. That's all right. I squirted the lemon juice in there because we cook for taste. So hold on for a second, folks. I'll be right back. Well, of course, folks, UPS is always untimely, but we always like stuff that we ordered. And so we're still on mixing our sauce that we're going to use. We have the sun-dried tomatoes in there. We have the drained roasted red bell peppers in there. And you know what? It does call for, and we have lemon juice and salt, and we have the garlic powder and some seasoned salt and paprika. Oh, look, and Alexis is telling me that the package has arrived. Yes, we know, Alexa. Thank you very much. So I'm going to put, it calls for...
I'm not sure.
Oops, I'm sorry, guys. You can't say her name. And a touch of the red peppers. So I did the lemon juice. Oh, olive oil. Olive oil. Now, when you make sure you read my ingredients, because I'm just pouring stuff in there. And, I don't think we just pour it in full to measure it. But again, you know how I like to cook the taste. And I love doing this. Okay, so we're gonna go. Oh yes, yes. This is the sauce. This smells fantastic and it looks great. It looks great. Look at that. Look at that. Look at that. But now this goes to the side. This goes to the side. Because this is going to go when I fry the shrimps. That goes in. So that's done. So this is out of the way. So what we're doing, we're making Mezzetta's roasted red bell peppers linguine with seasoned shrimp. Now the shrimp is already marinating. Now I have that sauce blended up. We saw that be done. I still have some other stuff that's going to go into it. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to put the linguine on. Drop it into the pot. And again, we don't have to stare to watch the linguine do its thing. So, and it doesn't take long for linguine because it is so thin. Oh yeah, but we can put it in now. Let's put the linguine in now. We put that in. So we'll let that boil down. And then we're going to go to, then we'll we're going to go to frying the shrimp. And we'll fry the shrimp, and as we're frying the shrimp, we're going to be flipping them, and so they're nice and brown. And inside the shrimp, again, I threw some scallops, so you'll see the scallops in here frying with the shrimp. And so, and I'm saying this because I should be in the small box over here, and you watching me fry the shrimp and stuff like that. Then we're going to, after we brown the shrimp, we're going to take them out of the pot and we put them to the side. Going to do the sauce, and while I'm doing how I'm going to do the sauce is I'm going to put the onions in the pot, and mix that up with still from the grease from me frying the olive oil from me frying the shrimp, and I'm going to take like a couple spoons of the dried tomatoes and put them in the pot, and because it's big pieces. And I'm gonna take the knife while it's frying, and I'm dicing up the dried tomatoes so they're in smaller pieces so they'll be on everybody's plate. Do that. Now the sauce that we did in the little blender, the sauce that we created with the bell peppers strips, sun dried or roasted red bell peppers. The sauce with that, and the sauce with the sun dried tomatoes, and the lemon juice and the olive oil and all that kind of stuff. So now I put that into the pot over top of the onions, and I added the green onions to that. So now I'm stirring that up and getting that a little brown and getting that to be flavored up. Then after I do that, now I'm going to grab the pasta that I had sitting over here, and pour it into the pot. The pot could have been a little bigger, but now I have the sauce, and now I'm going to I'm mixing the pasta with the sauce, and so I have to toss the pasta and the sauce, and keep tossing it until it blends together. That takes me for a while because the pasta, because I had it sitting and draining in the strainer, it was, it was sticking. But remember, I said I'm not going to put any oil. If I'd have put oil in there, the pasta would have been loose because it wouldn't have stuck. But if you notice, as I'm mixing the pasta into the sauce is sticking to the pasta. I'm going to put that dish right here. I'm going to make a presentation so that you can see me taste it. So and we're doing this together, we're going to see what we got. So let me set that up. And folks, we're here to wrap it up. The setup is real. Now, of course, the linguine is mixed into the sauce. This sauce has the scallops in it because I added that for a little flavor. But this is the linguine. This is the shrimp. This is the Parmesan cheese, and this is the parsley. So what we're going to do is we're going to set the dish up like this. We'll do it just like this. The presentation is a nice little pile like that. Try not to make a mess. Now we're going to throw some shrimp on top of this. Now the shrimp, you could have taken the tails off, but I didn't. I wanted the shrimp to be on there. I'll throw some shrimp around the dish like this. Now I'm going to take some Parmesan cheese and throw some shredded Parmesan cheese and throw that on there like that. Then I'm going to take a little bit of parsley and throw that on there like that. And in fact, since I have that like that, so that the shrimp is seasoned, I'll put a piece of shrimp on top. This is my Messetta roasted red bell pepper linguine with seasoned shrimp. This is for all of us. This is for you to do at home. There's some time lapse because I was cooking on the stove, but you'll see that'll take up the screen. I'll go into the little box and narrate it and all that kind of stuff. But this is for those of us who think that we don't know how to cook, but want to learn. So Reggie's Cooked Lessons and Life Lessons is when we talk about different things in life. Well, look at that piece of sun-dried tomato there, which I'm going to leave on there with the parsley and the shrimp. I'm going to take and I'm going to pull this tail off so that I can just put the whole thing in my mouth. I don't know if you can get any tastier. That is tasty. And what I'm tasting is from the roasted peppers and the sun-dried tomatoes. This tastes like authentic Italian pasta. That's what this tastes like. It tastes really, really good. Thank you, folks. You know I love you. Reggie's Cooked into Life's Lessons. Subscribe, follow me, hit the notification bell so you can get notifications every time I put up a meal. Thanks again, folks. Reggie's Cooked into Life's Lessons. Catch you on the next episode.